Alright guys, let's take a look at some of the most exciting movies coming out this year. In this video, I've put together a top 10 list of the most anticipated films releasing this year. No need to waste any time, let's get right into it. On June 4th, The Death of Robin Hood comes out, a dark reimagining of the legendary outlaw in one of the most unusual historical projects of 2026. The film is directed by Michael Sarnoski, while the lead role is played by Hugh Jackman, and that's a very telling choice. On June 5th comes out Scary Movie 6. This marks the return of one of the boldest parody franchises of the 2000s, a series that once mocked the entire horror genre, and now it looks like an attempt to reboot that formula for a modern audience. The film is basically a mix of parodies inspired by current movies and pop culture trends. On June 11th, Colony comes out. This is a Korean zombie horror film directed by Yeon Sang-ho, and that alone instantly raises expectations. He's the director behind Train to Busan, one of the best zombie movies of modern times. He knows how to create more than just gore, delivering emotionally charged horror with strong drama at its core. The premise sounds classic at first. A virus escapes from a laboratory, people mutate into zombies, and a group of survivors becomes trapped inside a shopping mall. On July 31st, Spider-Man: Brand New Day comes out, one of the biggest superhero films of 2026 and a new chapter in Peter Parker's story. Essentially, the movie begins a completely different stage of his life, more mature, darker, and more independent. The events take place several years after Doctor Strange's spell erased the world's memory of Peter, and now he's truly alone. On August 19th, Mutiny comes out, a classic action thriller in the spirit of One Man Against the System. Starring Jason Statham, and just like audiences have come to expect, the story centers on former Special Forces operative Cole Reed, who now works in private security. One day, a billionaire is murdered right in front of him, and Cole is framed for the crime. From there, it follows the kind of high-stakes ride we've all come to expect from a Statham movie. On August 21st, Insidious, Out of the Furthe, a full continuation of the iconic horror franchise from Blumhouse Productions, a studio that has been consistently delivering box office hits on modest budgets for more than a decade. The story follows a young woman who unexpectedly discovers she has the ability to enter the Furthe, and, even more dangerously, bring entities back with her into the real world. On September 18th, Practical Magic 2 comes out, an American romantic fantasy film and the sequel to the 1998 movie Practical Magic. The story is based on Alice Hoffman's novel The Book of Magic, which continues the original story. On November 25th, Focker In-Law 4 comes out, a continuation of one of the most recognizable comedy franchises of the 2000s, and, essentially, a bet on nostalgia combined with a proven formula of family chaos. After a long break, the studio is bringing back the original cast to introduce the franchise to a new generation of viewers. The plot hasn't been revealed in detail yet, but judging by the title and the franchise's formula, we can expect another round of family conflict and comedy. On December 4th, Violent Night 2 comes out, the sequel to an unexpected hit that successfully blended a Christmas fairy tale with brutal action. The first movie stood out because of an absurd but surprisingly effective idea: Santa Claus as a hardcore action hero. The plot hasn't been revealed yet, but the direction of the sequel feels clear. After the events of the first film, the main character is no longer just Santa, but a figure who could once again be pulled into conflict, most likely one that's even bigger and crazier. On December 18th, Dune Part 3 comes out, and this is, in many ways, one of the biggest blockbusters of the decade. After the success of the first two films, Denis Villeneuve is closing out the trilogy with a story that promises a very different tone: darker, more philosophical, and even provocative. The film explores what happens after the hero becomes a messiah. Paul is no longer just a leader. He has become a figure whose rise has sparked massive religious wars across the galaxy. That's it for today, guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss more exciting videos.